How's it going, neighbors? This is Ed here with etrailer.com, and we're taking a look at the Yakima CoreBar and TimberLine towers on our 2022 Ford Bronco Sport. Adding crossbars to the top of your Bronco Sport is a great way to make sure that you get those bigger, bulkier items on the road with you. As you know, owning a Bronco Sport, cargo space is kind of limited, and this is going to help you take advantage of that negative space on top of your vehicle. So taking a look with the TimberLine towers on our raised rails, we're about 2.5 inches up. One thing to consider with the way that the CoreBar adapter kit mounts to the tower, you lose the space that's directly underneath it for clamp-on accessories because it's just, taken up by the tower itself. One thing to also consider is you don't have a T-track slot with it being a solid bar. However, you do have a higher rating as far as the weight at 220 pounds, but make sure you check your owner's manual for the limitations of the Bronco Sport. With the limited cargo area of the Bronco Sport, if you're loaded down with 4 passengers and you have all the items that you need for your journey, having a rooftop rack is going to let you use a cargo box like what we're looking at here. You can also add on bike carriers or rooftop baskets. Essentially what it's doing is just creating additional space to get all the fun stuff out on the road with you. Our towers are made of a UV resistant material that's going to hold up against the elements, and also, you can secure your crossbar system to your rooftop using either the plastic lock that's included or upgrading to the Yakima same key system lock core. If you have multiple items similar to the Skybox or even a Yakima bike carrier, you can have a single key for all of your Yakima products. Going underneath on your raised rail, you actually have the strap that secures your carrier on top of the roof, which is handy because it allows you to have the flexibility to adjust for crossbar spread for the many items you're going to put on top of your Bronco Sport. Installation is pretty easy with this. It's just a matter of measuring and getting that spacing for the towers themselves. I'm going to show you how to get it done, so grab your tape measure and let's get to work. Went ahead and did the installation on the rear bar just to get a feel for how everything comes together, and I put together one of our towers. So we're going to start out with installing our CoreBar adapter. And one tip that I found is keeping the bar in this orientation like it will go on top of the roof, and that makes it easier for you to find out what direction to put your CoreBar adapter. Then you're going to flip over here, and you're going to have to fasten down this bolt on the inside. You don't want to go all the way because that's what helps pull down to give tension to hold the tower in place, but just enough to secure it. And we're just going to remove our end cap and slide on our tower. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and we're going to get a measurement to make sure we have the correct spacing. All right, now that we have both of our towers on, I'm just going to flip over our bars. And I'm going to use this line here on the bottom as our measurement point, and we should be at 41.5 inches in order to match up with the crossbars, well, the front to back bars from Ford. We got a little bit of a way. Right at 41.5. I'm just going to measure from here to get an idea as far as where my spread is for my overhang. And I want to be close as possible, so we're going to slide over about 1 inch on both sides. Make sure we're still at 41.5, and we're good to go. Now we're going to fasten our TimberLine towers to our CoreBar using our Yakima tool. And you want to twist until you hear the click. And that lets you know that you're secure. We'll do the same on the other side. Making sure we have the wider side pointed towards the front of the vehicle. We're just gonna lay our bar across and make contact with our crossbars. I'm gonna align it with the contact points for the OEM crossbars, just so I can have a contact point, But with it being a raised roof rack, you can basically set that space however you need it for your accessory. And as you're tightening up your straps, you want to make sure you go from both sides and tighten a little bit at a time to keep your crossbars from shifting one way or the other. And then you'll know that you have everything nice and secure once you hear the click. Once you have everything tightened down, you want to make sure you align the tabs and just insert it right on the end cap. And now you're nice and secure and you're ready to roll. The CoreBar is going to be the answer to the issue of what's the strongest Yakima bar I could put on top of my vehicle. At 220 pounds, it'll work great for your rooftop tents. If you don't necessarily need that additional weight capacity and you're looking towards something that may have T-slots so you can use additional slide-in accessories, the Jetstream bars would be a great option, and they both use the TimberLine towers on the Bronco Sport. So either direction, you really can't go wrong. If you need some guidance, feel free to call our expert customer service and they'll guide you to a solution. So I'm Ed with etrailer.com. This has been a look at the Yakima CoreBar Crossbars with the TimberLine towers on our 2022 Bronco Sport from Ford. You have a great day.